I've been on hundreds of calls with remodelers who claims that Facebook ads aren't working, and I get it. Like they've probably been working with some companies that are newer to the game because whether we like it or not, the barrier of entry for starting a marketing company is really not that high. And the real thing though is it definitely works. Like if you go in and look at the top 500 remodelers in the US on that list, you're going to see that a lot of these companies are running Facebook ads, and obviously they wouldn't be running them if they didn't work. So it's about how to make it work, and that's about the system behind it. So I'm going to break down in this video 5 reasons that kitchen and bathroom remodelers are wasting their money on Facebook ads and how to fix every single one of them. So maybe you're running a campaign right now yourself, maybe you have a company running a campaign that aren't as successful, and in here you can see exactly why that could be. So the thing is, your leads aren't a problem. Your system is, because lead quality isn't something that happens to you. It's something your system creates, and every lead below is in your control. So this isn't just fairy, it's a pattern, and I see it every week. And the reason why you might want to listen to me is because I run a marketing company in the US working with over 50 active partners, doing above $1 million a year. That's like the minimum that we work with. And we do paid social exclusively for kitchen and bathroom remodelers. So everything here comes from real accounts, real spend, and real appointments. So we've spent over $9 million for our partners, and we're running on a pay per appointment model, which means we're performance based. So we need to know exactly what we're talking about here to also make the most money in our company. And those experiences is what I'm going to break down here. So the 5 leaks that I'm seeing is that basically take this from a funnel overview, like an order. So from the ad to what happens after they book, because it is literally everything in between that is going to dictate the whole performance. And if there's a leak in between, that's where, you aren't getting throughput and are making money. So the first one is your ad messaging that picks your leads. Then we have number 2, which is lazy lead forms equal lazy leads. We have slow speed to lead, no system after the booking, and scaling before it's proven. So number 1 is your ad messaging is choosing your leads. So the mistake is writing ads to get the most leads, a free quote, lowest price, that are attracting price shoppers, because that's exactly who that message speaks to. So the fix is instead that your messaging is a filter. It self-selects who replies and speak to quality design and a specific transformation. So you need to write ads to get the right leads, not the most leads. Some examples of what we have seen really great results with is, for instance, doing a price call out. And this is mostly for businesses that are really price competitive. Because if you, for instance, have your kitchen starting from 20K, which is decent, that's good, then you can make an ad that is calling out a full kitchen remodel starting from $20,000 the next area. That's right. And then it goes into the offer. Because the thing is, the way that different people perceive money is subjective to how much money they have. If someone that don't have a lot of money see 20K, they would just never sign up for that ad. They will scroll past it right away. And that's exactly what we want. Where if people have money, they would see that number and be like, oh, that's fine. And at the same time, if we have homeowners that are already considering a number, that means they're way higher intent, instead of just running like a generic discount offer where they don't really know what they're signing up for. Maybe they haven't even explored options. They now just reply. Then we have another example, which is we have a bigger partner in San Francisco that are focusing a lot on high-end clients in that area, because there are a lot. So we need to think about how can we craft a message that appeals to these homeowners, because they aren't just seeking for the cheapest solution out there. They're seeking for the best. And people that are making a lot of money, they value saving their time. So what we made the videos about is that their company is handling everything under one roof, because otherwise they need to go and found their own designer, their own contractor, and maybe the left hand is not speaking to the right hand. And that has really been helping us with generating leads that are above 1.5 million in home value, which is exactly what they want. So that's like the first thing, really looking at your messaging in this ad. The next thing is then lazy lead forms get you lazy people or lazy leads. So the mistake is running meta ads default form, just name, email, phone with zero friction, because that means you maximize volume and maximize garbage. Because the thing is, Facebook is working like an algorithm. And if you just tell Facebook that you're fine with getting a lot of leads, it can actually really harm your performance, because they're just going to find a bunch of leads. And the people that are most likely to sign up are probably these like bots or people that don't have a lot of money that are just shopping around. So the fix is actually to hack the algorithm and add necessary friction based on the constraints that you're seeing. So that is adding qualifying questions such as budget, timeline, if they're the homeowner, because every question filters out a tire kicker before they reach you. So the hack is to feed Meta which leads became appointment, because then it can learn who's actually signing up an appointment, who's going through the qualification criteria over the phone, and it can find more of these people. So you need to be looking at your disposition statuses for all of the leads that your call center team are handling or your office team. Because if you can see you're getting a lot of leads that are out of area, you can just ask a question, which is, do you own a home in X area? Yes or no, so we can't help, and then they would be disqualified. If you are getting a lot of leads that just don't have the money, you can add a question which is saying, our projects or our full kitchen remodels are starting from $25,000. Is that something you would be comfortable with investing? Yes, this is within my budget. No, this exceeds my budget. Because maybe your lead prices go up with 20%, but now Facebook can only find people that can answer yes to this question, because otherwise, on their end, it won't count as a lead. And Facebook is optimizing for getting the most of leads to satisfy you. And that means while maybe your competitor is sitting there and having it completely broad, they're getting all of the garbage leads, but because you optimizing for the better leads, you're the one getting them, and you're willing to pay a bit more for it, which is helping you tremendously with your overall performance. Number 3 is then what happens after these leads are actually signing up for the ad. So the number 3 is slow speed to lead, which is just killing hot leads. So the mistake is letting leads sit for hours or until tomorrow, because by then they've filled out 3 other contractors' form and gone cold. You've probably before looked at something on the internet, or you've signed up for an ad, and suddenly your feed was just bloated up with a lot of content around this. And that's exactly what happens when homeowners are signing up for an ad for a kitchen or bathroom, for instance. And that's why you need to be over them immediately, because they are 21x more likely to qualify as a lead when you respond in 5 minutes versus in 30 minutes. And there's a lot of other statistics on this. For instance, also if you call within 5 minutes, there's a 300% higher chance that they will actually sign up to an appointment. So the fix here is having automated text and calls within 60 seconds of the lead signing up, because we want to capture them for as many different angles that we can, because maybe someone don't want to, schedule through the phone. Maybe they prefer text, then you attack them there. And also, when they have signed up for the ad, you redirect them to a booking page, so the higher intent leads can just book an immediate appointment, because then you have them locked in. Next one is then having a human follow-up fast behind the automation. So for instance, every time that a lead is replying to message, for instance, one of these automations going out, then they can get to them right away. So the speed is really the difference between a booked appointment and a wasted spend. And this might sound like a lot, but that's statistically what we have been seeing is working the best at the call cadence. We want to make sure that we call these leads within 7 to 10 times in the first week, because that's also tremendously helping with increasing the schedule rate. Number 4 is then no system after the booking. So you paid to book the appointment and then you do nothing, and half of them no-show. So you need to run these 4 automatically. The number 1 is a confirmation sequence. So you need to be sending them texts and also call them to lock in the appointment, because this is also your chance to get both decision makers present and also just build some trust. Next thing is then nurture emails. So you build trust in the days before the appointment. So what you're going to do here is you're going to send out all of the most common objections that you're getting. Think about when you're out to an appointment, what are like the most common objections you get? You need to build emails around these different objections so you can turn it into a real sales conversation when you show up there, because then you have already pre-handled them. So that could be sending them over, some other homeowners that you've helped in the area, the transformation that they have gone through, how you determine your pricing, basically everything that goes into this. And this is tying into it as well, a thank you page video. So they book an appointment and instantly they see you, your work, and what to expect. So this is a video that we're running for all of our clients after someone has booked an appointment. It's a video preparing them. What do they need to have prepared for the appointment? We let them know that this is not some kind of crazy, conversation where we're in the home for 3 hours. This is a no pressure talk about their vision for their kitchen or bathroom with no pressure, because that's maybe some of the objections that they have in their mind that might want them to cancel the meeting before you ever get there. Then we also have nurture text, which is just reminding them to actually show up to the appointment. The 5 is scaling before it's proven. So the mistake is two good leads come in, you get excited, and you crank the budget from $50 a day to $500. If reasons 1 to 4 aren't fixed, you're just pouring like gasoline on a leaky funnel. So the thing you need to do is to first prove it. Dial in the messaging, the form, the speed, and follow-up at a low spend until cost per shown appointment is stable. And then you scale. So now you add in the budget and you're actually putting money into a machine that is actually already working. I've also spoken with contractors before where they work with an agency and they tried scaling spend to get more volume, because they maybe spent $50 a day. They were getting like 2 or 3 appointments, and then they started scaling spend. But how does that even make sense? Like, if they are getting 2 to 4 appointments, which is extremely bad for a $50 a day budget, they're getting 4 to 6 or 8 for $100 a day. And that overall means it's not going to be profitable, because like, why would anything change by just spending more when you are getting the return on investment you should at a lower scale? So always build proof of concept first and then scale from there. So a recap, fix these 5 and Facebook ads will finally pay you back. The messaging, pick your leads, right for the right buyer. You need to look at your ideal client profile and try to build a message around that. You need to run better lead form questions, because, that trains to get better leads and a smarter algorithm. And then you need to respond to all of the leads within 5 minutes and not 5 hours. You need a real system after the booking with confirmation, thank you, video, and nurture, and prove the funnel before you scale it. So hopefully you gained a lot of value and you can implement this directly into your own business. If you want us to take care of that, that's exactly what we do, Bison Scaling. We then build you the entire system for a kitchen and bathroom remodels or one or the other, and you only pay per qualified appointment that actually converts into a demo. So click at the button below if you want to schedule a call. We can run through your unit economics at your business and see if we can actually help you. That's everything for this video. Bye-bye.